Okay. So semiconductor. So from the name itself, correct? Semi conductor, which means partially conducting, correct? So semiconductor is in the sense, so these are materials which have got a conductivity between metal and non-metals. Between, I can say, conductors and insulators. So leave about non-metal, we can say it is insulator. So conductor is what? Metals. And insulators we know. Rubber, wood, correct? Ceramic. So just to understand what is a semiconductor. Correct. And what is the use of semiconductor? Almost all the electronic devices we are using it. Fine. Now the type of semiconductor. So I'm going to only tell what is important here. Okay. The first type in this is intrinsic semiconductor. Second one is extrinsic. Extrinsic semiconductor. And so what are these actually? So we all heard about Silicon Valley, right? Correct? In US, Silicon Valley. So silicon and germanium. So these are the materials or the metals used in what the these are the pure semiconductor materials, that's it. Clear. So these are the pure elements. Fine. Silicon and germanium are the most or widely used semiconductors. Now coming to this intrinsic or extrinsic semiconductor. Intrinsic in the sense pure semiconductor. Extrinsic in the sense impure, which means there is one more term which I would like to introduce now. That is called doping. What I told just now, I just told now impure. And then what I'm telling after that? Doping. Correct? So adding impurity to a semiconductor is called doping. Semiconductor is called doping. So again, we are dealing with what? Conductivity, correct? So why we need to add impurity, or what is this impurity we are adding, or why we are doing doping? What is the purpose of doping? What is the purpose of doping? Okay, to add more electron movement, to add more electron movement. Correct? Because we know that what is movement of electrons? The charge. Correct? So then only we will get the desired electric current. So to add or to move more electron, to add more electrons, we are doing what? Doping. So there is adding impurity to a semiconductor is called doping. Intrinsic semiconductor in the sense pure semiconductor, that is pure silicon or germanium. Extrinsic in the sense impure. Correct? And one of the semiconductor we'll use is a diode. Is a diode, D-I-O-D-E, diode. So I'll just draw a diode here. So this is my diode. So diode is nothing but what? It is a semiconductor only. Correct? Diode is a semiconductor itself. So what is a diode? Correct? But before diode, we should know something called PN junction. P for positive, N for negative. So PN junction diode. I'll just take the next page. So after this, you'll understand the working of a semiconductor. Just 5 more minutes. If you listen carefully, you will get the full thing, okay? Because it's a very new topic. So now we can see some rounded parts here. These are some electrons here. And in between, we cannot see either electron or this rounded part. This rounded part is called holes. Holes. And this is what our electrons. And suppose if I'm connecting this to a battery. Battery in the sense group of cells. Plus minus. So these electrons are negatively charged, correct? And holes, they are positively charged, correct? And let this be a 5-volt battery or whatever it is. So now what happens is that when the battery is on, when I switch on the battery or the power supply, what will happen is that the electrons will be moving towards here and the holes, correct? The holes will be moving toward this side. So which means there will be a diffusion of electrons and holes. So that also I'll write it down. When battery is on, there will be a diffusion. There will be diffusion of electrons and holes. So which means there will be a transfer of electrons and holes. There will be mixing of this thing. Okay. But what happens is that during the mixing, there will be a vacant space here. Correct. We can see one vacant space here where there is no holes nor electrons when there is a mixing. Okay, when there is a diffusion, once the battery is on, there is a diffusion happening between the electrons and holes. We can see in the middle here, there is neither holes nor electrons. This region is called depletion region. Depletion region. So what is this depletion region? where there is no electrons and holes. Where there is no electrons or holes. That is called depletion region, or this particular thing. Fine. So this is a simple working of PN junction diode. So which means there are two types of semiconductor, that is P type and N type. So P type semiconductor in the sense what? Only holes will be available in P type semiconductor. Only holes will be available. Now N type semiconductor, only electrons. But for a proper semiconductor to work, we need both P and N type. Okay. And then one of the most important thing, only two more topics, you will be done with the entire thing. Okay. Then I will be explaining the entire thing. That is VI characteristics. That is voltage versus current. Now we will look for metals for Ohm's law. For Ohm's law, we know what? It's a straight line. Correct? Voltage is directly proportional to current. V proportional to I. But this is according to Ohm's law. For semiconductor, if I want to take, the same V versus I, voltage versus current, it will be something like this. It won't be a straight thing. It will be something like this. I can say a semi-parabolic thing, correct? Exponentially increasing. You got the point. So this is called the forward characteristics. Forward characteristics of a semiconductor. Okay, this is the only characteristics available in forward. So it will be going like this only. And this is called the forward biasing. And when we get these characteristics, that also I'll tell you forward biasing. Now you can see in this figure, this is my whole side. So for whole side, I can put it as what? P. This is my N. N means negative, correct? Or electrons. P means positive or holes. It is positively charged. Or I can put here plus. If you want for you, I'll put plus. I didn't put here plus because holes, right? So I just want to put it as a hole. That's it. Okay. Very important and easy thing to remember. When a positive side of a battery or a cell, this is a battery, group of cell is called battery. Okay. When a positive side is connected to the P type, when a positive side is connected to the P side and negative side is connected to the N side, then the diode is said to be in forward bias. I'll write down here. When positive side of a battery, please listen carefully. This is not available in textbook. Okay. When positive side of a battery is connected to the P side and negative side is connected to N side of the diode, the diode is said to be in forward biasing. I'll tell you a lot of shortcuts for this, how to remember. Diode is said to be in forward biasing. So guys, forward characteristics of forward biasing. One more thing for us is this is forward biasing is for when the positive side plus is connected to P and minus is connected to N. So what happens, I'll write down here. What happens, I'm just going to draw a box. So guys, just consider this as an extra wire. Okay. P side, correct? This is the N side, positive side and the negative side. So now this is clearly the negative side, this is positive side. What happens when positive side or the negative side of the battery, is connected to P side of the diode. So this is full diode only. This full thing is actually a diode, okay? This full thing is a diode. PN junction diode. Fine. So I'm saying what happens if the negative side is connected to P side. So here forward biasing is happening when positive side is connected to, when positive side of the battery is connected to P side, we are getting the forward biasing. Or the diode is in forward direction, I can tell. The positive path. So these are all new terms, biasing, correct? Very easy terms. So in this, I will tell you what happens. 2 more minutes, you have to listen. After it is done. So guys, you have to just draw one U shape here. Okay, kind of a U shape here. Down also you draw one U shape like this. Fine. This is forward biasing. So this is all voltage and current, okay? You can put wherever you want, V, I, doesn't matter. Okay, this is called forward biasing of diode. This is when it is happening, this figure is very important. Positive side of the battery is connected to P side. Here it is reverse biased. One is forward biased, but what is forward bias? Diode. Reverse bias of diode. When this will happen? When negative side of a battery is connected. Negative side of battery is connected to P side or to the P type, that's it. To the positive side of the diode. So everything is diode only, okay? Then what about other two lines here and this one? You just rub this thing, that's all. Suppose if you forget this thing, you just draw what? Draw this thing, draw one U shape, correct? Here also draw one U shape. Just erase this, just erase this. It came for us what? Forward biasing is like this, reverse biasing is like this. Then you will ask me, why should we have this reverse biasing? What is the purpose of reverse biasing? What purpose? So the best thing is stabilizer in our homes. So what is the purpose of stabilizer? For voltage control. Correct. Whenever there is a lightning, okay, whenever there is a lightning, correct, it will be something like 1000 kilovolt, okay, or 10,000 kilowatt, or this will be somewhere around 10,000 megawatt. That much energy is coming. So what happens if directly this lightning is hitting our electrical appliances? Our electrical appliances will burn. That's it. Correct. So if I connect to a stabilizer, what does it do is, this stabilizer, we all know in our home there is something called earthing point, earth. Correct. If you're not familiar, please ask your parents. There is a point called earthing thing. So what is the purpose of earth? The earth acts as a large capacitor. So which means capacitor, what is the purpose of capacitor? What is the capacitor? Our power banks. The mobile power banks are there, right? Correct. After it, you can supply charge. So it can store energy or it can store charge. Our earth acts as a large capacitor, which means it can store plenty of charge. So what happens is the stabilizer, what it will do, it will have a diode. This stabilizer is nothing but, it's called what? Zener diode. So what does it do is, it discharges all the lightning thing into the earth directly without touching our electrical appliances. Okay. So it discharges all the whatever power, either through lightning or thunderstorm, whatever power is there, it discharges everything to the earth, such that our electrical appliance is saved. So what is that diode called? That diode is called Zener diode. And that symbol is something like this. Okay, Zener diode. It's not an ordinary diode, Zener diode. This works on the principle of reverse biasing, which I explained clearly. Correct. And there is one more term associated with this, that is called avalanche breakdown. Avalanche. So we know avalanche term, I'll tell you what is the meaning of that. Mountain thing. Okay, let us be in the Himalayas. Correct. We are here, somewhere here. And the ice is coming, right? Slowly, the ice will come, big. Here it will be huge. So this is called the avalanche. Correct. Similarly, here also what happens? The lightning is of huge power, correct? Or of huge energy, huge megawatt or kilowatt or whatever it is. So this should be discharged to the earth. So that is with the help of what? Zener diode, or through the stabilizer. So now whatever appliances we are having, we need not use an extra stabilizer like AC or even TV, everything has got inbuilt stabilizer. Fine. So this is the purpose of diodes. This is a reverse biasing diode. It works on the characteristics of reverse biased. Whereas a normal diode, forward biased diode. So guys, in this VI characteristics, okay, just like for Ohm's law, voltage and this is current. Correct. So in diode, it won't be a straight line like this. It will be something like an exponential curve. Correct. In forward characteristics of a diode, this is for voltage and current. Diode means only two things, voltage and current. So this happens only when positive side of a battery is connected to the P side of the diode and negative side of the battery is connected to the N type of the diode. So then only we'll be getting something like this, the exponential curve. Okay, and when we get this exponential curve, the diode is said to be in forward biased or forward biasing. Okay, so what happens when negative side of a battery is connected to the P side of a diode? So negative side is connected to P side, positive side is connected to N side. What does P side contains? Positively charged ions or holes. What is N side containing? Electrons, negative charged ions or electrons. So what happens into this? So here what happens is that reverse biasing happens. So what happens in this? Reverse biasing. So diode is said to be reverse biased. Diode is said to be reverse biased. So in forward biasing of the diode, as I told you already, this is fine. Reverse biasing, what happens? It is discharged something like this. How to remember this thing? Just draw a U part. So that I'll just draw it one more time for you guys. This is the U and this one more thing is this thing. And then we have to just erase this part, these two parts. So here it is said to be in forward biasing. Here it is reverse biasing. And where do we apply this reverse biasing thing? In our stabilizer. Stabilizer in our home. Correct? So what is the purpose of stabilizer? Voltage control. Whenever lightning is coming of 1000 megawatt or 1000 kilowatt or kilovolt or whatever it is, huge amount of energy, right? So if it directly hits on our appliances, it will burn. Correct? So in our home, there is something called earthing, which is done. So which means all the electronic appliances, which means fridge, TV, or whatever it is there, is connected towards the earth. It is earth actually. So because earth acts as a large capacitor. What is this capacitor? Capacitor is used to store charge. If you don't know what is capacitor, you can just see our mobile power banks. That is a capacitor because it stores charge and it gives us the charge whenever we require. Correct? So what happens is that whenever this kind of huge lightning comes, what does the stabilizer do? It protects the electrical appliances and all the charges are discharged to the earth because earth acts as a large capacitor. Hence our electrical appliance is saved. So what does the stabilizer contain? It contains something called Zener diode. That is like something like this. So this works on the principle of what? Reverse biasing, or it is a reverse bias characteristics of a PN junction diode. And then there is one important term called avalanche breakdown. Avalanche, if you don't know, suppose if we are in Himalaya and we are here, some small snow, small snow, it will come as very big one and then it will form a huge thing. That is a lightning same kind of effect. So that kind of that full thing we are discharging towards the earth, right? So that process fully is called avalanche breakdown. That is this particular thing. Avalanche breakdown. See, for a diode to function properly, all our electronic equipments, including our mobile phone, laptop, or any electronic gadgets work in the principle of what? Forward biasing. Correct? For example, our mobile phone we will take. It's made of only what? Semiconductors only. Correct? With the help, one hardware is there, one software is there. If I want to just put it in a nutshell, our mobile is divided into 3 layers. One is called the presentation layer, which we all see. Correct? Then is the application layer, then database layer. So this is our mobile functionality thing. Correct? Database layer, where memory card is there, the hardware is there. Correct? Presentation layer is what? For us to use and for the end user, for the consumer to use. Whereas application layer, the apps. Correct? The apps which you are using, right? The developers develop some app and keep it, right? So that is the application layer. Database layer, where our memory card is there, where this each app is being stored. Correct? What is this things made up of? Semiconductors. Mostly of semiconductors. So how does, and we all know that in our mobile phone battery is also there. Correct? How does these things work? Obviously the battery should be on. Correct? Then what should be, what is the next thing we need? We need the what? Electrons to move. Correct? Yes, charge carriers are required. Pure semiconductor, there are only holes. There is no electron. Correct? Only if I take the pure silicon, only holes are there. How does a diode move forward, or how does it conduct? It does not conduct at all. Correct? For it to move, we use something called doping. Doping in the sense adding impurities. What is this impurities thing? Electrons. We add electrons. Then only we'll get the, so for a P type semiconductor, we'll add what? N type. So that it will become PN diode. Fine. So then only what it will do? Then only it can operate to its maximum potential. That's it. Simple thing. And more detailed thing you will be learning in engineering. Okay. So more detailed about these things we will be learning in engineering. So as of now, this is the thing. This is the picture that I want to project. A practical application, mobile phone. This is the thing. Pure electronics, right? So if you're going to do engineering, definitely you will learn in detail.